We're at the Barclays Center for the media workouts for the Straight Out of Bklyn card that'll take place Saturday, April 28th, once again here at the Barclays Center. We have Jacobs going against Sulecki, and with the heavyweights we have Miller going up against Duhaupas, once again at the Barclays Center, and it'll be broadcast live on HBO.
You gotta understand that, a lot of promoters are keeping me away from their guys, but I'm not gonna sit here and beg promoters for a fight of their guys. I want to earn it. I've been earning it. My record speaks for itself. Before these guys had a title shot, who did AJ fight for a title shot before he got a title shot? Nobody. He beat Dylan White, and then fought Charles Moore, who gave him the belt. Who did Deontay fight for a title shot before he fought Stavern, who beat Kristal Ariola? Nobody. So now my record holds up a lot stronger than their guys' record, even though they say I'm not fighting nobody. But like I said before, there's one guy in Germany that's sitting around, and I heard he did call my name. I think it's Shagayev that has a WBA regular belt. So maybe we might have to go to Germany and then maybe we bring him over here and make an HBO headliner card for me and Shagayev and then Bklyn, man, because he does have a belt. And like I said before, my main thing is being strategic about it, being patient and getting the right shot and the right opportunity on fair grounds. We all know Wilder's vulnerable when he gets hit. The rabbit puncher behind the air. The referee was definitely pulling for him for the win on their promotional side to try to make that AJ Deontay fight. But I felt like if Ortiz was the one that was hurt the way Deontay would, they definitely would have stopped that fight within 10-15 seconds of 40-something punches being on that. So like I said, he did what he had to do. He got the win, but he definitely got some help from the referee. Joseph Parker, I thought Joseph Parker pulled the body. He's about round to 2 in that fight. It's because of the speed and hand movement and landing more punches. But like I said, when you're fighting the guy in the hometown crowd, you got to really beat him up. And AJ didn't show as much resilience as Deontay. Deontay do got some street, he got some dog in him when he brings it out sometimes. AJ, we haven't really seen that much. He take the foot off the gas, he'll get his stamina and come back. But in that fight, man, he got caught a left hook. He looking for the referee, and the referee called it a headbutt. That was a solid left hook he got hit with by Joseph Parker. So like I said before, there's a difference when you fight animals and dogs. Like me, like a Big Baby or Deontay Wilder. Fighting Deontay's gonna be the mega fight when I fight him because we just we're two crazy animals, and I'm gonna rip his head off anyway. But I'll take the kitty cat right now with AJ. If Eddie Hearn let the cat out the hat.
I'm Kristal Hart, and this is the Kristal Hart Show.
Compare yourself with Wilder as opposed to Big Baby, who's only had 20 fights.
Il dit que tu as eu un bon gros combat contre Wilder. Comment tu compares les deux et notamment le niveau d'expérience de Miller qui a qu'une vingtaine de combats?
C'est complètement différent, deux styles de boxe différents. Je me suis préparé différemment pour ces deux boxeurs. Wilder est en pleine confiance et le champion du monde. Miller est en pleine confiance et invaincu. À moi de créer la surprise. Je pense que j'ai déjà assez fait par le passé. Je peux le faire.
It's two completely different boxers, two different styles.
Absolutely.
But when I fought Wilder, he was a world champion, undefeated. Miller is also undefeated now, so that's something in common. But it's really two completely different fighters and approach.
We're at the Barclays Center for the media workouts for the Straight Out of Bklyn card that'll take place Saturday, April 28th, once again here at the Barclays Center. We have Jacobs going against Sulecki, and with the heavyweights we have Miller going up against Duhaupas, once again at the Barclays Center.
Jesteś jego w drodze na Jacobsa, przed jego drogą, jesteś na jego ścianie i jak ty pokażesz, co im pokażesz?
I show him who I am. I know that I'm a great fighter, but you don't know who I am because it's my first fight on big main event HBO, and I want Chcę się pokazać wszystkim amerykańskim fanom, że nie wszyscy poznali, dzięki tej walce nie poznają.
I want to show the whole world, I want to show Americans that I can do an amazing boxing fight, and I want to show a good show.
Now, we saw Danny Jacobs against Triple G, considered to be the heaviest handed fighter at the middleweight division. Seeing him being able to take Triple G's punches, you feel like you can generate the kind of power to knock him out?
Szybkim, jak go, nie tak silnym jak Gołowkin, ale zrobię wszystko, żeby wygrać.
I'm not looking for a knockout. I'm here to put on a great fight, great show. What comes, it comes. I know that Triple G got massive power. I'm not trying to beat Triple G, I'm trying to beat me. Co ty widzisz, że ty masz więcej, wiesz, plusy, minusy na Jacobsa? Co u ciebie, wiesz, gdzie ty możesz zrobić więcej co Jacobs? Bo wiem, gdzie masz szybkie ręce, co ty potrafisz?
Dowiecie się w ringu, tak? To w ringu dopiero weryfikuje. Weryfikacja jest w ringu, natomiast ja mam wszystkie narzędzia, żeby pokonać Jacobsa. Szybkość, siłę, determinację i pokażę to w ringu.
You go see in the ring, we all know Jacobs has determination. He has a lot of determination. He has a lot of speed. Moment he got hands. Like I said, I'm here to fight. We're gonna see my determination in the ring.
I know that I'm a great fighter. Daniel Jacobs is number 2 on the world. And the first is GGG, number 2 is Jacobs. And I want that everywhere after fight that Maciej Sulecki is great fighter. This is top 5 on the world, maybe top 3, top 2. This is my dream.
Danny is known as a big power puncher. He didn't. The other guy, the last guy he fought, didn't come to fight.
Yes.
What style of fight does he feel like he needs to fight against Danny to beat him? Does he want to try and test that power?
On pyta się, wiemy, gdzie Jacobs ma siłę, ma speed wszystkiego. Cuba Reyes zostanie walka, nie przyszedł do walki. Co ty przyniesiesz do tej walki?
Przyniosę do tej walki. Wszystko, co ma najlepsze.
To co Cuba nie przyniósł, czyli nie przyszedł walczyć, a ty przyjdziesz walczyć. I tacy.
Dokładnie. Ja walczę, ja chcę walczyć te walce. Ja nie wyjdę po to, żeby pogadać się w dobrej stronie, nie wyjdę po to, bo dostałem szansę, tylko ja chcę wygrać tę walkę. To jest mój cel. Celem jest wyjść, wygrana z tej walki. Jestem zdeterminowany, pewny siebie i chcę to wygrać.
I'm not here to be Cuba Reyes. I'm not gonna be running. I'm here to fight. And I want to come in there and I want to do my best and I want to show a real boxing fight this Saturday night with Danny Jacobs. I'm coming here to fight and that's it.
We're at the Barclays Center for the media workouts for the Straight Out of Bklyn card that'll take place Saturday, April 28th, once again here at the Barclays Center.
It's just being a professional inside that ring. When the bell rings, you know you have a job to do. Anything outside is a distraction. So staying focused and staying level, because I have a guy in there who's trying to take my title, who's trying to take and get all the glory. So I have to make sure I'm prepared for that and that alone.
Is there anything to this kind of being like a home game for you? You fought here so many times. Just the procedure of paying a fight, getting everything going, where everything is. You kind of know this place like the back of your hand, I'm guessing. How much does that help? Does it help at all?
It's a great comfort. And I think I'm past that point where it brings pressure to me fighting in my hometown. I believe it adds more of a motivation factor than anything. To see my family and friends and everyone in the crowd supporting me, to hear that Bklyn chant, it is nothing better than that when you're a Brooklynite.
Putting on a show, how high on the list of priorities is that Saturday night?
Very high on the list of priorities. The fans want to see knockouts. Obviously, the fans love great shows, which I try to put on every time I go out. With the last performance, I got a decision. But this one, I want to go for the glory. I want to go for the knockout. Whether it comes, it comes. I mean, a victory is assured, in my opinion. But at the same time, I mean, fans, I got to give them what they want. They're paying customers, and they allow us to have, the career that we have.
Thanks.
It's been over the years since the G fight,
Yeah.
where a lot of people thought you fought well enough to win.
Yes, sir.
Has it been hard to kind of get back to that level and get on that horse again?
In what way?
Well, just to get back to that, because the Arias fight, I know he didn't make much of a fight, but it's been a while since then. Is it tough to get back to the level you were at for GGG and get back in world championship contention?
I don't think it's hard. It's just a matter of a couple fights and looking impressive and doing everything that I've been doing. You can't knock everyone out. So if you can look impressive, then that's doing your job. It was a pleasing performance to some, but like I said, ultimately fans love knockouts. So if I can produce more of those, which I'm pretty known for, then it would be great, because coming here in my hometown, I haven't been here in a while, I would love to produce a knockout.
And WBA title eliminator, and yet they're still talking, despite the suspension for Canelo, that rematch could happen in the fall. Is that disappointing to you?
It's not disappointing. Let them get it over with. You know, because I don't want anything to be affected when I step in the ring with either of the men. I don't want it to be anything looming in the future so that I can look forward to. I want to be able to be taken serious when I get inside that ring, and hopefully I can get those opportunities.
And how important, though, is it for you to get back to get the chance to get GGG again?
It's very important. Like I said, a lot of fans truly believe that I was the victor in that fight. I didn't get the decision or the judges portion of it, but at the same time, I gained a lot of respect from the boxing world in general. So it's about climbing that ladder and making sure that I can prove that I am the best in the division, because that's my claim.
Also, I write for Newsday on Long Island. You're working with Algeria again.
Yeah.
And he played kind of a big role prior to GGG. So why did you get back with him? What's the benefit?
Because if what is the saying? If it's not broke, don't fix it. It works for me. Chris is a valuable tool in my camp, from the mental aspect, of course, the nutrition, the physical aspect, and it's great to have a guy who understands everything that I'm going through right now, because, you know, as much as your team and everyone around kind of trains you, it's nothing like getting inside that ring and fighting. So it's a true respect between us two.
And also, before that fight, GGG, you didn't do the damn fight weigh-in.
Yeah.
And do you do that because
Well, it only happened one time, and it happened because I wanted to get more rest. And the night of the fight, I was at least 175 pounds. I wasn't 180, 185, 190, what they proclaimed me to be. It was my skills that allowed me to perform the way I did and take those punches the way that I did. It was not the weight. If I get an opportunity to fight for the IBF and I'm required to go to the weigh-in the second day, I'll do so. But I was fighting for numerous belts, and at the end of the day, when you're fighting Triple G, who is the #1 guy in the division, a victory over him, whether it's 2 belts, 3 belts, or 1 belt, you know, I'll still be considered the best. So that's what that was about.
Okay, I just didn't know if it was kind of tailored to.
No, it's not. It's not more power shots. I know them to just, you know, becoming a Triple G that you've never seen before. So I mean, and quite frankly, if you are 185 pounds or you are 190 pounds the night of the fight, you're not going to look as fluid as I did in that ring. I'm going to be slow, I'm going to be sluggish, and I'm not going to fight as crisp as I did that night. Thank you. No, I said that.
When the Canelo fight fell through with Triple G, did they reach out to place that main pay?
No, they never reached out to me. I never got a phone call. I wasn't expecting a phone call. The short notice, I knew that they wasn't going to, it's too risky. I was training already. I was preparing for a fight. I'm never going to receive a phone call whatsoever. But if I got that opportunity, like I said before, who knows what it'll happen. But at the end of the day, I never got that phone call. And they're not even talking about a potential fighter with me in the future, so that answers that.
How does that make you feel, though? But they're not even talking about the potential fighter in the future.
I mean, I don't really have no really true feelings about it, because I'm a mandatory now, so it's only a matter of time, and these guys can't run forever. So I do my job come Saturday night, and the rest will speak for itself and take care of itself.
We're here at the Barclays Center here in Brooklyn, New York, and this is the Straight Out of Brooklyn card. And in the co-main event, Jarrell Miller defeats Johann Duhaupas by unanimous decision. And in the main event, Daniel Jacobs is victorious over Maciej Sulecki by unanimous decision. And now, let's go to post. But first, J.C. Papaleo caught up with Julian Sosa after his victory against Larry Ventus.
This is J.C. Papaleo here for the Kristal Hart Show. I'm here with Julian Sosa, straight out of Brooklyn, and I want to know, Julian, how tough was your fight tonight?
To me, this is just personally one of my toughest, just because it was a new experience, my first time getting cut. It was just a feeling I had to adjust to in the ring while we were fighting. And you could say it was more of a challenge because it happened in the first round. So that was just, I had to prepare myself mentally, physically, and just keep pushing myself, knowing that I have a job to do, regardless of the cut, and that's to get the win, and thankfully we did.
Jarrell Miller has won a very impressive and exciting fight today. It was a WBA eliminator for the win over Kenta Char for the regular WBA world title. As you know, Jarrell is not short of for words, and everybody, including myself, thinks he did a great job tonight. And first of all, let's have a round of applause for the champ of Brooklyn, New York. Go 12 rounds and still smile like that, man.
That boy was tough. I want to hear me speak now. I didn't have, I always speak from the mind and the heart, man. That boy was tough. But like I said before, I was prepared for 12 rounds. I felt a lot better than I did my last fight. I just want to let my hands go. A lot of more things I want to improve on. I can't take nothing from his performance. I can't say anything was hurting me. My hands felt good. My elbow hold up pretty good. My win was pretty good for, people doubting me that I couldn't beat through 12 rounds for a 300-pound guy, but I just proved to you I threw nearly 800 punches in 12 rounds, for heavyweight. I felt good. He caught me with a couple good shots. I had two good sparring partners, a #1 amateur, Solomon, and my boy Adam Kowanaki from Polska, my Polish brother. I mean, the only two sparring partners I really had. Also, middleweight, known as Allen. I had to use what I only had, what I was in front of me. You got to understand, these guys are calling me out as I'm fighting. There's nobody else that wants to fight me. Even when I fought Jarrell Washington, he had a full camp. He just came out of Klitschko camp, training for Vladimir. Training with Vladimir for help AJ. He had a full camp to get ready for me. Instead of him fighting, had a 3 weeks notice when he fought, Wilder. And went 5 rounds with Wilder, giving him hell, but I beat him up every round. You got Maurice Wack. He fought Povetkin on like 2-3 weeks notice, and gave Povetkin a run for his money, and I stopped him earlier. Then we have this guy here, Johann Duhaupas, tough brother. He took the fight with Povetkin on 48 hours notice. 48 hours notice. He took a title eliminator against a guy that was caught on PEDs and still went out there and gave his best, even though he got stopped by Povetkin on 40 hours notice. These guys I'm fighting have full camps, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, full camps. They're getting ready for me, and I'm still making it look pretty good. So I want guys, give me my respect. I'm 300 pounds and I'm moving, I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm having fun in there. So like I said, if AJ want to come to Brooklyn, I would gladly accept, and I will run him in the ground. His condition ain't better than mine, his head movement ain't better than mine, and I got power. I got power, trust me, it's there. But some guys, you just can't get out the way you want, and you got to go back to boxing. That's what boxing is about, it's getting the win and having fun. That's what can I say, like I said, I don't got no jokes to crack, not right now, but Anthony G-String Josh will come get this work all day. I'm ready to toast the English muffin. We cook French fries tonight, so English muffins next time.
Coming into the fight, you was 304 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think going into fighting Joshua or Deontay Wilder, do you think you can come in at that weight and be effective?
Like I said before, my main thing is adjusting and see how camp goes. And my promise come 304 pounds? I don't think so, because I'm constantly training. Like I said, my main focus for this fight was bulking back up, getting my strength back, and feeling comfortable with my weight. So we got up pretty high, pretty fast, and I had to bring it down gradually, not killing myself trying to make a weight. As you can see, my performance was a lot better at 304 than 280-something. So like I said, I'm right back in the gym Monday. We getting weights, you know what I mean? It's still your set. That's how we say in the gym, man. By Monday, I'm back on the weight training, you know what I mean? So we're going to continue training, still keep my cardio, still do my kickboxing, my MMA, and just bring the weight down gradually and try to keep my strength, I got time, so I'm going to go back to the footage, look at it, see what I need to improve on. And to me, I think the main thing for me is footwork. I think once my feet keep moving and my head is moving, I beat every one of these guys. The minute I stand still, if you notice, a couple times he caught me with some good shots because I stood there and didn't pop my jab. Like I said before, I took 11 months off. I took 3 fights against good guys, good guys. So the main thing is going back to the drawing board, look at the footage, and put some James Brown on and get cooking.
Brother Jarrell, this is James Bell here from the Boxing Source.
What's good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just wanted to ask a question about your overall stamina for this particular fight. I mean, of course, it was mentioned before that you came in at 304.4 pounds. But how did you feel inside the ring there, like going into round 6, 7, and then over to round 12?
My stamina felt overall good. Like I said before, there was times where I feel like I got clipped with some good shots where I had to kind of, adjust and reevaluate myself and just take a little time to see what I got in front of me. It wasn't that I was exhausted. It was just that I didn't want to get clipped with those kind of shots. I wanted to just kind of relax, get my breathing back, let's figure out exactly what I have in front of me. And that's what I did. I think between 6th, 7th, and 8th round, I kind of got hit with a couple shots, but then I kind of readjusted myself. But my stamina felt good. Like I said, we sparring 12, 15 rounds in the gym with guys that's undefeated. You know what I mean? Like lot of these guys have sparring partners, but they have 7, 8 losses. It's a lot different when you spar a guy that have losses, like guys undefeated, like Adam Kownacki, and #1 amateur in the country. These guys are trying to whoop my butt, but these are my boys. So I know when I'm doing something wrong, they're gonna tell me how to fix it. So like my stamina is good, and I said the main thing is being able to be tired and be able to think. You know, a lot of guys get tired and can't think. They start throwing wild shots like Beyonce Wilder or AJ, who just sit there and then the referee stop a fight when he land 1 or 2 shots. Nah, we ain't doing that. Everything you see, every fight I've had so far last year, I had to work to get these wins. The Gerald Washington fight, how was that fight a draw till I stopped him? Because he's an Al Heyman, got an Al Heyman card. I beat his behind every round, but it was a draw to the point I stopped him. Morris Watt, another tough guy, beat his butt, stopped him in 9. So I had to work for everything I got so far, man. Cool. Cheeseburger, let's go.
Thank you for staying out, ladies and gentlemen. Great fight at the Barclays Centre tonight.
Thank you, baby.
Daniel Jacobs becomes the mandatory challenger for the WBA world title, but more impressively, how do you look good? That good after a fight like that? Sponsored by Gucci here tonight. And Danny, over to you to say a few words.
Oh, well, first off, tough customer in Sulecki, undefeated. And my thing is, being that I'm called out these top names and I can't get those top names when I want them, we go down a list of great contenders. He showed tonight that he had true grit. He showed tonight that he belonged. And however you want to grade the performance, the crowd definitely enjoyed, and ultimately that's what it's about. So I'm happy with my performance, and I look forward to bigger and better things. Thank you.
You said in the ring that you were confident going to the 12th that you were ahead, and so you could go for the knockout there. But there had been a lot of ebb and flow in the middle rounds. He kind of found his punching range. At the end of 10 rounds, it seemed like you had a different sense of urgency in the 11th and 12th. Did you feel anything there like you had to step it up?
No, I just wanted to finish strong. You know, like I said, I keep a dialogue with my trainers inside the corner, and every round they let me know I was up, and every round that maybe was a little toss-up, he'd let me know I could have done better. So going into the later rounds, the championship rounds, I mean, ultimately what I was thinking was just to give these fans a great show with a bang out. And that's really what I wanted to do. I just wanted to stand toe-to-toe, try my best to get the knockout. Well, you know, in boxing, sometimes if you just take a second, things will slow down. And you're able to see a lot more openings. And I think the urgency that I had going in there to try to knock him out, I really had to pace myself a little bit more. And once we set up the jab, and we was working on inside the gym, throwing our hands slanted because we knew he was a taller guy, and he throws the 1-2 effectively. That's how he stopped Centeno. So I knew that if I can put a little angle on it, especially behind the jab with a little bit more force, you know, we'll get a great shot at knocking him out. But he got up and he showed grit, man. I love it. I mean, Polish guys have nothing but, they're known for bringing it, and nothing but respect to him. And like I said, I look forward to bigger and better things in the future.
Danny Jacobs, Coach Anthony over here with Behind the Gloves.
What's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing? You look very good tonight. Everybody obviously, you know, wants to see maybe the Charlo fight or Triple G or one of these guys again. But now that we got Eddie Hearns here, how about Billy Joe Saunders, man? What's up with a fight with you and Billy Joe?
It's something that I've been pushing for a very long time, but I think he's been using his promoter. I think Eddie and him got a little beef. Something like that. I don't know.
What's up with that, Eddie? Can you tell us a little bit about that beef?
I don't know too much about it, but
Yeah, I think that the main issue is that Billy Joe Saunders is not really known over here in the US, and it's very difficult. If he's going to come to the US, the money he's going to want to fight Danny Jacobs.
Very true.
He's going to price himself out of the fight. So, but the thing is with the middleweight division right now is Billy Joe's been waiting for Gennady Golovkin for a long time, and now obviously the May 5th's not happening, September the 15th's happening. So Billy Joe's going to miss out on that big fight again, and there isn't really anyone else out there for him to fight. So I think the most impressive thing that Danny's done is he's fought 2 guys where he hasn't got a lot to gain in those fights, but they have everything to gain. You know, the first one, an undefeated fighter against Arias. This one, a much better fighter than Arias in Sulecki. You know, and he's come through. So he's proved his worth. He's the one going out there fighting the undefeated guys. And now he must have a marquee fight next because he will rise and box even better against the better fighters. And, you know, I think it's very important that he fights a Charlo, Golovkin, Derenchenko.
How about Danny going to the UK to fight Billy Joe?
Oh, I would love to fight him in his own backyard. I'm that confident that
They can definitely make us an offer.
Yeah.
Or we can put a show on. But again, you know, we're proud of the deal we've done with Danny, and also the fact that he's doing extremely well over here, and he has HBO backing him, and they've backed him in 2 fights, and now they want, along with us, the big one. You know, we came to HBO to fight Gennady Golovkin or Canelo. Since then, the division has split and opened up a little bit. So there are big marquee fights out there for him outside of those 2. But, you know, again, it's really on the network to deliver the fights that we came for, and that's Gennady Golovkin and Canelo. So obviously it's slowed down a little bit in that process, but, you know, it was a great atmosphere tonight. Danny entertained the crowd, and I feel that next time we're back here, you know, the crowd's going to be even bigger. And if it's a marquee name rather than a guy that no one's heard of before, with all due respect to Sulecki, even though he's a great fighter, he's going to do very, very well.
I would love for Danny to fight Billy Joe. I really would. I think it would be very entertaining and tactical bout. Billy Joe is a very good boxer, and he's a good southpaw. So it would be an interesting bout, and I think it'd be highly entertaining, and I hope we can make it happen.
Danny, firstly, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
You're in a great gym, and you've got a lot of top fighters in your gym. How do they help you prepare for the fights, and do they really, really push you on, like the likes of Saddam Ali? You've got Richard Comey now in your gym. Are they really helping you progress, and will those type of fighters make a difference in the long term?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the energy and the vibe inside the gym with all us top elite athletes, it's just an energy that, you know, you vibe off each other. And that's how I actually got better as an amateur. I had the chin checkers. I had Louis Collazo. Chin checkers are Jadon Condriton and Curtis Stevens, if you didn't know. But I had those guys, so many different guys that I looked up to, but we all shared the same gym. And that's exactly how we got better, vibing off each other, learning off each other. And it's the same vibe with all us, including the Russians that we have. I mean, we have a list of world-class caliber guys, and I think it makes us all better.
Brilliant, thank you. And just, there's been a lot of names, you know, touted around tonight. Is there one name you'd like next?
Charlo.
And I'm Kristal Hart reporting from the Barclays Center here in Brooklyn, New York. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the fights.